This beautiful two-story home, located in the Lower Garden District of New Orleans, was built in 1870 and boasts over 2,700 square feet. It features dark wood trim and several beautiful fireplaces and ornamental Greek columns. It is in need of some repair, but that means it is that much closer to what the families who once lived here knew to be home. It is the first multi-family home to be featured on How You Came to Be, which contributes to its unique history. French fur trappers arrived in the area now known as New Orleans around 1690, which was occupied by the Chitimacha tribe, known to be the most powerful indigenous tribe in the southeast. The Chitimacha tribe ate corn and potatoes and hunted deer and alligator. They made ceramics and wove baskets. Aggression between the French and the Chitimacha turned to war by 1706 and lasted until 1718, when a treaty was signed between the French and the Chitimacha, bringing peace. New Orleans remained under French control until 1763, when it was ceded to Spain as part of a treaty. Louisiana was then returned to France in 1800, but in 1803, Napoleon sold Louisiana to the U.S. as part of the Louisiana Purchase. The Lower Garden District of New Orleans was originally a plantation owned by Madame de Sarpi, who hired French architect Barthélemy Lafont to design a residential neighborhood in 1806. The earliest records for this home date back to 1900, when John Baudin and his wife Anna lived in the home. John was a butcher who emigrated from France in 1866. He married Anna Lampin, a German immigrant, in 1874. They had 4 children, 2 of whom survived, Juliette and Marie. Juliette was born January 27, 1879, and married John J. Caron on August 25, 1897, at the age of 18. They were married in the Notre Dame Church of New Orleans, a beautiful church with a magnificent interior. The wedding took place at 5 p.m., and Juliette wore a white organdy over white satin dress with a bouquet of white roses and maidenhair fern. Her maid of honor was her sister Marie. John and Juliette left that evening for Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, where John's family lived, and where they later had a summer cottage at the beach. In the 1900 census, we can see that John and Juliette were living with the Baudins in this home. John's occupation was a builder, and he was involved in numerous real estate transactions. John and Juliette had a son, Clarence, in 1900. This is Clarence at age 5, looking most regal. By 1910, Juliette and John had moved to a larger home down the street. John and Anna continued living in this home until John's death on February 18, 1923. Anna moved in with Juliette, and this home was then rented to the Centil family, beginning a new chapter in its history. Louis Centil was born in France in 1856 and was asked by his uncle to come and work in Louisiana as a baker in 1872. Here he meets Marie Regina Perret. Marie was the daughter of Alphonse Perret and Josephine Haydel. The Perret family has a long history in Louisiana, having arrived in 1723. Louis and Marie marry in 1881. They lived in Iberville, Louisiana, about 71 miles northwest of New Orleans. They had 8 children and lived here at Forest Home Plantation until 1906, when Louis passed away. It is unclear exactly when they moved to New Orleans, but by 1928, Regina and 3 of her children were living in this home. The 1930 census shows the family with Regina as the head, and her son Louis and his wife Jessie, along with her daughters Regina and Alexine, and niece Doris. This census was recorded on April 10, 1930. Just a few months later, on November 9, 1930, Louis Centil Jr. passed away at this home from stomach cancer at the age of 49, leaving his wife Jessie. Regina continued living here until her death in 1937. Alexine continued living here until at least 1945. The home was sold in 1954, thus ending the Baudin-Caron ownership that lasted over 50 years. With balconies overlooking the streets of New Orleans and several over-mantel mirrors, a popular trend among European aristocrats during the 17th century, this home very much represents the French influence that shaped its history and the city of New Orleans. While I was unable to identify its original owner in 1870, by the turn of the 20th century, the Baudin family called this home. As a multi-family home, it comfortably suited 3 generations of the Baudin-Caron family following the birth of grandson Clarence. Later, adult children of the Centil family lived here along with their mother Regina, following the death of their father Louis, who died at age 49, the same age that his son Louis attained before his death. Every family's story is different, but the events of birth, marriage, and death are a common thread, with a home as the place that links these events together over many years. Today, this home is ready to be a refuge for a new family.